days of this tournament. I've missed you, buddy. This is an intriguing matchup. Always seems to be this way in the loser's side of the draw. If you are new to Nineball, you're new to the tour. 64 players will make the final elimination stage, the single elimination. So when 256 start, we play double elimination. So these two here on your screens basically have lost the match. So the loser of this is out. Simple as that. Alghamdi to break.
He has just 10 matches left in losers round 2, and this is one of them.
That break looked like it lacked a lot of things to me. Look where the one ball went. See where it went low, so it was a bit too thin. And I think it lacked power as well.
I'll tell you what, low how some lacked against Stuart Bingham first time out. Accuracy, he was all over the place. Needs an improvement on that.
Yeah, consistency is the word that springs to mind when you think of low ho sum. You can do great things, but then you can watch him another day and you think he's a basic amateur, to be honest. I suppose that can mean he's exciting to watch to the neutral fan. Didn't really want the cue ball close to the rail there, so it's caused a little bit of an issue. If the brown 7 wasn't there, this would be an easy shot because he could just stun past the 9. Now the gap between the 7 ball, the brown 7 and the pocket is a little tighter. So he's got to avoid the 7. He's got to avoid the 5. It's all a little bit messy at the minute, but he does have a shot on the 3 ball, but boy, he's got to hit this ball good.
Yeah, so he lost his first match 9-5 to Stuart Bingham, then recovered with an 8-3 win over Yannick Putscher of Germany. Next. So 2 matches played, 1 win, 1 defeat.
Needs to get the cue ball moving here as well. I think he's got to get it off 2 rails. He thinks he can kill it. A good pot that, to be fair. Yeah, that's not too bad because he needs an angle to get up for the green 6. Actually timed that ball really nice there. It was a good shot. If he can swing this in with left, he doesn't need a lot of left-hand spin to get the cue ball going straight up the table. But he needs an angle on the 6. An angle on the 6 is everything. Doesn't want to be straight. Another good shot, this Phil. So them 2 last shots are going to give him a little bit of confidence in rack 1. I feel if he gets this shot right, he will win rack 1 as well. So just one more little hurdle to get over. The problem with this next shot, if the cue ball lands on the bottom rail or low of the 7 ball, getting on the 8 could prove to be tricky. Got to avoid the corner pocket as well for the scratch. Now, what angle's he got? So it is low. See how it's landed below the 7? That's why he was signalling to get it higher, because this could prove to be difficult. He's just coming round to see if it pops from there. If it doesn't, boy, he's got to play a beauty here to get on the 8. Seems happy enough though.
Yeah, the position of the 8 against the 9 would suggest it's going to be very tight to find the potting angle from the left-hand side of the table as we're looking.
Yeah, also if he does leave the cue ball there where the tip is, that would mean the cue ball's going to have to go up the top of the table to come back down for the 9, which can mean you don't get on the 9 good. And we see a lot of 9s miss when they land on that 50-yard line. much outside pocket, Phil. I can understand why he's tried that. It's never going to be easy. But he does have a shot on the 8. Yeah, he had to draw it with spin. Fortunate not to find the middle hole.
Now these are knee knockers, especially in an opening rack. I must say, he's done really well. Good run out this. Loho Sum taking advantage of Khalid Alghamdi's dry break. Running from there, and he draws first blood. I think we have to regard him as favourite considering what he's done in the game. He's a 25-year-old against 18-year-old Khalid Alghamdi. Alghamdi's 99th in the World Nineball Tour rankings. Loho Sum 66th, but you know that they've got the ability to go much higher than that. It's a full arena right now, all 26 tables being used. We've got 10 matches on the losers' side in the second round for the losers, and then the third losers' round is also starting out.
Yeah, if you was looking where the trophy was situated there, just behind the trophy, there's 2 tables in their own little sort of arena section. That's where most of the people seem to be congregating, because you seem to get the best view of the house there. So even though these main tables always seem a little bit empty, it's because the fans seem to just hang around the middle for the best view of most of the tables. What's this break saying? Well, it's saying good things, Phil. Made the 1 ball.
You're right about the configuration of the arena, though. From the very first match on day 1, when Raphael Val took on Copigny on table 14, it has been a popular location, that.
Yeah, I think moving forward, Phil, I'm not saying I'm telling the bosses what to do, of course, but I think we could reconfigure the arena somehow to really get the best out of the crowd that are here, because there's a lot of people dotted around, isn't there?
Indeed. Now that was a very bad miss. Now that's more in keeping with the way he was playing against Bingham.
Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. It was a bad miss. I'm not saying it was easy, but you got it with the jaw, you would think. He missed that by about half a foot. So Khalid, the young man, last year in Atlantic City, Khalid won the SVB Junior Open. Yeah, he actually opted out of playing in the main event last year just to play in the Junior Open, because it was the last time he could play in a junior event.
And it was here last year where we first realised his potential. He got to the last 32 of the inaugural European Open. Beat Oliver Szolnocki of Hungary in the last 64. His most notable win was earlier than that, against Skylar Woodward. He was 6-2 down, 1-9-7.
Yeah, I remember that match. It was actually on table 2. The other table where Chen's playing Val. Raphael Val, he's got a good story about him, Phil. He grew up as a junior, practicing with Joshua Filler. Between Raphael and Joshua, they was winning all the junior events. Raphael would beat Josh, Josh would beat Raphael. He chose a different career path. But it just shows you, doesn't it? You never know the true story of a pool player's background.
Well, funnily enough about different career paths, I'll tell you a tale I found out this morning. You might remember when Ronnie O'Sullivan made that 5-minute and 20-second 147 at the Crucible in 1997. Well, his opponent that day was Mick Price. And Mick is now a maths teacher, I found out today. The 6 ball goes astray. The mistake from Loho Sun hasn't been fully capitalised upon.
Yeah, so Mick Price, how long would it have been since he's not been on the snooker scene then, Phil?
I would say 15 years maybe. Don't know accurately, but around that.
This needs to slow down, otherwise it could prove to be awkward. Now he's going to have to play a little thin one. Try and get the 7 on that right rail. And then you've got to judge the speed of the cue ball. This is not easy to get the hook. Often when you play this shot, you always sneak a little edge of the ball out.
I think that's what he's done. Just craned over to see whether there is any of the 7 edging out, and there is.
Yeah, you see it time and time again. It's so difficult to get the full ball hook. Ralph Souquet was a genius at that particular shot. All down to speed control. He would like to slide the 7 past the 9 and try and use the 8 ball somehow. This has gone wrong. Loho Sun has a chance of potting the ball here. Not easy by any stretch. May even decide to play safe. I think at this level, Phil, you've got to attack this ball. No, not for him. Not easy to get safe, you see. So if it's not easy to get a safety shot, there's no obvious safety, why not have a go at the pot?
I think that was symptomatic of the way he's feeling. He's certainly not as confident as he was early last year when he got to the final of the World Tour Masters as a wild card.
Yeah, I agree with that statement a lot. If you're not confident, you often play another shot, but I don't know why he's not confident, because as you said, Phil, fantastic effort in rack 1. Really nice run out. So if you look at the situation he's in now, this is an even half harder safety shot than the one he's just previously attempted. Trying to get the cue ball behind that 9 ball somehow. Oh, he's done well here. He may not have got it, but it was a good effort because you could see how close the double kiss was. Okay, Alghamdi, if you pot this, you feel $1 million. These are the shots that really make you feel good. If you cue this one in the centre of the pocket, you feel $1 million. What a little beauty that was. What a beauty. Didn't even touch the rail. Straight in the heart.
Nicely done. It was all about the 7, as Carl said. And with that, Khalid Alghamdi, the pride of Saudi Arabian pool, draws level at 1-1. Now today we've got an extra camera for you out on table 26, which is just below our commentary position. We're up on the balcony and it's down below. And I can tell you, the reason the referee is racking up the balls there is because Mika Immonen has just taken a 3-0 lead over Hassan Shahid of Pakistan. That match is in the same round as the one we're watching on table 1, losers round 2. This is table 2. Che Chia Chin, beaten in this tournament by the snooker player Gary Wilson. He's made a good start against Rafael Vaal, leading 2-0. By the way, if you're wondering when winners' qualification begins, it's 11:30 local time, so that's in an hour and 10 minutes. Tell you what, Cole, some phenomenal matches in that round.
Yeah, really stellar lineup there. A lot of matches where the pool fans, they will really be loving today's action-packed winners' qualification round. Alghamdi to break the first break, lacked power. Yeah, a little bit of a carbon copy too.
We can't overstate, Carl, just how integral a part of success in pool is the break-off. If that's not working, you're at such a disadvantage.
Hard to believe Khalid Alghamdi was in the juniors last year. I believe he's 18 years of age now.
Yes, he started playing pool. I mentioned this story on commentary before. He started playing pool on a computer. And his father, Omar, said, well, why don't you try the real thing? And look at him now. One of the world's best teenagers with lots of potential. A little fortunate there.
Going airborne, but the one ball doesn't pass the 4, so he hits it full. He's left it, but you could see the plan there. It was a good effort. He had the red 3, the 9 ball, and the brown 7, even the purple 5 to hide behind.
Didn't cue that one well at all. Oh, and the scratch compounds things.
Yeah, another shot where it's not really close to the pot. Loho, someone was just checking to see if he can get to the 2 ball. I think he can. And in potting the 2, he'll just slide past the green 6.
It is such a penalty, scratching, because ball in hand with these guys so often means end of rack. Not always, but a very high percentage. Mind you, we saw an instance yesterday, very rarely, where someone scratched and the player coming in missed his first ball. A 2 to the middle. With an in-off in snooker, you can put the cue ball in what we call the D. With a scratch in pool, which is the same thing, just different terminology, you can put the cue ball anywhere.
This is what I've noticed about Low Ho-Sum's game. I'm not sure if he was doing this at the Masters, Phil, when he got to the final, but he has a tendency to just take forever. I mean, I don't actually know what's going through his mind here. I don't really know what he's thinking about. You can only pop this ball and just come exactly there. There was nothing to think about. There was nothing else that was going on.
Well, I can tell you definitively he didn't do this at the Masters because it was a 30-second shot clock. It's just a one-table tournament. And so consequently, indecision is not an option. I agree with you, though. I think it's all very well taking your time when the situation dictates. But when shots are obvious, it's self-defeating. There will be a 30-second shot clock here, of course, on Saturday and Sunday when we get down to the last 16. Then the event is only 3 tables. I think it's very difficult to, if not impossible, to institute a shot clock with 26 tables going on. Low Ho-Sum took advantage of a dry break in the first rack, then took advantage of a scratch in the third. He regains the lead at 2-1. So let me give you some other scores. The scores I'm going to give you now are in the second losers round. Babkin Melkonyan from Romania, 1-0 up on Hua Nguyen. Giuliano Smith, 2-1 up on David Zalman. It's 1-1 Vincent Gomez and Luong Doc Tien of Vietnam. Ivan Coelho of Portugal, 2-1 up on Petra Urban of Czech Republic. Holger Veer, 3-0 up on Fabian Bowler. Mika Immonen on table 26 has made a lightning start. He's 4-0 up on Hassan Shahid. Immonen, a former world 9-ball and US Open champion. And also 4-0 up, Ivo Arts of Holland over Simon Zappi. Carl, not a clinic in breaking, is it, at the moment?
No, that was way too thin. You can often tell with the angle the cue ball comes off the pack. See how it went really low down that rail? And usually that means no balls on the break. And also you can tell with how many balls stayed down this bottom section of the table.
Thought it was a really good story last year when Khalid Alghamdi won that Shane Van Boening Junior Open at Harrows in Atlantic City. Beat Trenton White in the final. Trenton from Plant City, Florida. Oh, and that's very tentative. Really poor.
Yeah, he was trying to kill the cue ball for obvious reasons to try and stay on that blue 2 ball. That is one side of his game that worries me. I know he's still young, but he just has this thing in his game where he just seems to miss balls by a long way.
Needed the cue ball to avoid the 8 on the way back across the table. Tell you what, the award for best supported player at this tournament has to be going to Rafael Val. He's got a great cheering section. He's just pull level on table 2 against Che Chia Chin, 2-2. Right from the first day when he played Koh Ping Yi, every time he wins a rack, there's a big cheer let out. Lots of fans, as Rafael Val. Well, that was an elementary escape. He's knocked in the 3, but far more significantly, he missed the 2. So again, ball in hand for Loh Ho Sum.
Yeah, just having a quick look. The purple 5 to the green 6 is the key shot in rack number 4. That's where things may go wrong. Purely because of where the 8 ball is. So let's see where he leaves the cue ball for this shot. Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. Try and get the cue ball in a similar position to where it is. Then he can just draw down the left side of the table and then shoot the 6 ball into the bottom right corner. Needs a good cue ball here though. Needs to keep travelling. I don't think he got there, so he may have to come 2 rails now.
Even an extra inch on that cue ball would have been helpful. He can still pop the green 6 ball. It's thin though, and it looks as though he's contemplating playing left-handed. When you do this, you need stability. And if you're using your other hand, as it were, often you haven't got stability.
This is nicely done.
it's been a case of picking up the pieces. Loho Summers had ball in hand twice. He's benefited from his opponent's dry break in the opening rack. And that's why he leads by 3 racks to 1. Action going on in losers round 3 as we speak. Mustafa Alner 4-1 upon Tim de Ruyter. Nguyen Kong Tan, who we saw on the main table yesterday against fellow Vietnamese Luong Kok Wang. Well, Nguyen has made a really good start against Eric Kohler at 4-0. Nick Vandenberg, big name in European pool for many a year. He's 4-0 down to Daniel Guttenberger. Besar Spahiu, the Albanian number 2 at the World Cup for the last few years, 3-1 up on the Filipino prospect Anthony Raga. And Christoph Reichers, who has won a World Cup of pool in partnership with Joshua Filler, 3-0 up on Armin Mahmoudi. Filler and Reichers beat in the final Darren Appleton and Carl Boys, who had a cursed run of the ball, in fairness to them.
Oh, I like that break. That was very good. Controlled the cue ball, perfect off the rail, made the 1 in the side. Here's another look. Look at that, beautiful. Act it under the 9. That was a very Sanchez Ruiz. This is a very nice split. Look at the balls. It seems impossible not to clear the table here.
So it's day 3. Am I allowed to say for the first time roadmap? Got the nod of approval from Carl, so it's good enough for me.
Yeah, this is definitely a roadmap. This is just connect the dots.
By the way, Carl, last night I heard Michael McMillan ask you whether you'd seen a golden break yet. You said no. Michael said no. Well, I can confirm I've not seen one either. So certainly on the main table, they've been completely absent. And at the World Masters this year, the golden break, in many respects, was a story. We had 15 of them. And that's just a one-table tournament.
Yeah, it's very bizarre, really. You just never know when they're going to come. It's always nice when you get one, though. It's a little quick free rack, really. Let's not forget, it's a race to 8 now, so this rack would put Ohosum halfway there. It's only the final match of the losers section where we go back to a race to 9. That's losers qualification round. That round means if you win, you've made your way into the final 64 single elimination stage, and if you lose, you're out.
It was a roadmap. Sat Nav pool, just connecting the dots. It was a phenomenal break, not in keeping with the other breaks in the match. And Loho Sum now leads 4-1. Khalid Alghamdi badly needs an improvement in fortunes, a radical improvement in fortunes. Babkin Melkonyan 3-0 up on Hua Win in losers round 2. Giuliano Smith 3-2 up on David Zalman. Luong Doc Tien, part of a powerful Vietnamese contingent here. 3-1 upon Vincent Gomez. And I can tell you Hassan Shahid has just won his first rack on table 26. Even so, he's 5-1 down to Mika Immonen.
Oh, another good break, Phil. He arced the cue ball below the 9 again. Whenever the player finds that shot, good things happen.
One of the scoreline I must give you before we concentrate on this rack. on table 19 in losers round 3. Siosia, who beat Tony Drago yesterday, well, the lady from South Korea has taken a 5-0 lead over Jaspal Singh Bamotra of India.
It's okay potting the 2 ball here, but what do you do on the red 3? He's done well there, Phil.
Well, actually, I'm not saying he did this on purpose because you can't take the risk, but by hitting it so thick, he's done himself a real favour.
Yeah, he's given himself a chance. He knew he had to just get over to the left side of the table. Again, this is not easy. This is a little blind pocket shot. That's where the pocket's not really in your eye line. You can see the way he's building himself up for this shot. He'll try and stun the cue ball hard off the left side rail, then off the top rail. Just leave yourself a shot on the pink 4. So far so good here from Low Ho Sum. He's made some nice shots, some nice pots. Played a solid game so far.
Until then. Now that was an instance where the tightening of the pockets made a big difference. That would have fallen.
This is all Alghamdi was waiting for, I was just about to say. Did mention this, Phil. Did mention this. He has a thing in his game where he just misses weird balls that is not good for the future of Alghamdi's career. Usually the best players in the world just have a real natural sight of the pot, don't they, Phil? And for such a young man, I don't really know why he misses balls by so much. I don't understand it.
Well, the last 2 balls he's missed, both have been with below centre striking on the cue ball. Maybe that's a theme. Whatever, you just can't afford to do that against players of Low Ho Sum's ability. Just to reiterate, this is no safety net match. It's the loser's side, so the player defeated is eliminated.
Yeah, I'm afraid that player looks like the young man from Saudi Arabia. Nice kid though, Khalid. Travelled with him from the airport on the train, had a good chat with him. Needs to make sure he leaves himself nice on this 9 ball so things don't get a little weird. That's okay. Yep, that's good enough. So this 9 ball for a 5-1 lead, and that is a very healthy lead in the race to 8. Table 2 is a little closer. Told you about Rafael Val with his big fan club. He's trailing 3-2 to Chen.
Here though, as Carl said, it is very one-sided. Khalid Alghamdi missing balls. Low Ho Sum looking a lot better than he did against Stuart Bingham. And all of that combined means he leads 5-1. Also a 5-1 lead for Fitim Haradinaj over Florian Vogler. Pius Labutis of Lithuania leads Do Tae Kien, who we saw beat Chang Yulong yesterday. This is table 26, Mika Immonen, the flying Finn. Of course, we're covering losers side pool at the moment, Carl, and one of the great achievements from the losers side was when Mika Immonen won the US Open.
Yeah, I agree. Back in the day, it was double elimination all the way through the field, which is brutal if you lose a match early on. Mika did lose a match early on, and he went on a rampage to claim his second US Open title.
He's on a rampage today. He's 6-1 up against Hassan Shahid of Pakistan. Evo Arts on the hill already, 7-0 up on Simon Zappi.
Yeah, we're talking to Michael in comms yesterday, Phil, and we were discussing the former legends of the game, not the former legends, sorry, the legends of the game who obviously don't win the titles now. We're used to seeing Filler, Catchy, Albin Ocean, Sanchez Ruiz, all younger pool players. And I was trying to figure out what age bracket do you feel like that sort of disappears. You know, when you look at the likes of Altman, Suke, Immonen, Niels Fayen, Alex Pagalayan, you know, he's in that age bracket. They come to these tournaments, they can get some good wins, but they just don't win the tournaments, do they, anymore? What age do you think that's at? You know, what age bracket can win one of these big majors still?
Well, history tells us that if you're in your 50s, it's highly unlikely now. I certainly think if you're in your 30s, definitely in your prime, even up to mid-40s. How about that? Jump on the nose.
Well, we call him low ho, maybe it's high ho. What a beauty he's played there, jumping over the ball.
Hi ho. And there's a silver lining, he's on the 3.
Not out of the woodwork yet though. I think the smart shot here is to stun the cue ball to rails, go in between the gap of the brown 7 and the purple 5. Although now he's just walked round, that tells me maybe he could just draw the cue ball back into that area. But whenever you draw in the cue ball into a certain area, it's easy to underhit the shot or overhit it. Let's see how he does here. He's okay, he's 5-1 up, of course he's okay. Every shot's easy. This is not easy though.
We know he's got pedigree though. We've talked about his run to the World Pool Masters final in Gibraltar last year. We're only going to see the players he beat to realise just how good he can be.
Cue ball needs to slow down, otherwise he's jacked up on the 7. And that's what he is. This is a horrible shot he's faced with. He may not even play the pot, just because the cue ball's running away from the 6th ball. He can't really get on that ball. I think he can slide the 5 ball down past the left-hand side of the 8. And then the cue ball will run over towards the 6. And then he's got the green 6 and the 9 ball as a blocker.
Yes, it's truly horrendous cueing. Don't think there's value in the pot, I really don't.
He's looking at it, you know, Phil. The boy is feeling good. The sensible shot's the safety. But if you're feeling good, why not do that, Phil?
The value was in the pot. Terrific. He's a different player today to the one we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it was the pace he played it. You play that any harder, it won't go in the pocket on a pool table. He knew that, he identified that. So the skill in that shot was purely the pace he'd hit the cue ball.
And the troubles of Khalid Alghamdi are set to multiply.
Yeah, if you're watching this match and wondering how Low Wholesome found himself on the left side, the loser's side of the draw, that's because he lost to Stuart Bingham. Stuart Bingham has made himself into the winners qualification round. 2 wins from 2 for Stuart. Looks very good out there, but got a tough test today. He plays Skylar Woodward in that winners qualification round.
Well, this 8-ball is a tough test. Overcut it, and the cue ball is coming out into open play. Just the reprieve that Khalid Alghamdi needed. Desperately needed.
Well, if he's going to win this match, he has to make this ball. Look at this, Phil. Look at this. I don't understand this boy's game. If you are going to be one of the best players in the world, you just shouldn't miss this ball. It's plain and simple. That is a fact.
Well, it's coming up to 11 o'clock in the morning here in Fulda, and even so, you have to say for Khalid Alghamdi, he's having a nightmare.
Yeah, if there's a bit of advice I'd give the young man, it's go away and work on your cue action, because that ain't going to cut it at this level.
What a presentation of a rack to Low Wholesome. The 8-ball missed by both of them, but Khalid Alghamdi's miss was more glaring than that of his opponent. It is 6-1 to Low from Hong Kong. Mika Eminent on the hill against Hassan Shahid on table 26 at 7-1. Same for Evo Arts over Simon Zappi on table 8. Pier Francesco Garcia 5-1 up on Andre Schickling. As for losers round 3 matches, Win Kong Tan going nicely against Eric Kohler at 5-2. Daniel Guttenberger of Austria 5-1 up on Nick Vandenberg. Bessos Bahiu 4-1 over Anthony Raga. Che Chia Chin on table 2, which you can see on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel. He's 4-3 up on Rafael Val. Christoph Reichers 4-0 over Armin Mahmoudi. Fitim Haradinaj on table 16 is on the hill against Florian Vogler at 7-1. Piers Labutis 5-1 over Dote Kien. Mickey Kraus of Denmark 3-2 on Mark Vidal Claremont. Seo Seawa from South Korea on the hill against Jaspal Singh Bamotra. The young lady from Seoul leads 7-0 and she's played very nicely. And Jose Alberto Delgado, former semi-finalist in one of these major Matchroom ranking events, he's 5-2 up on Talal Al-Blushi.
Yeah, I think it was this very event actually where he got to the semi-finals last year, Phil.
It was.
Seems to have gone missing since that semi-finals though. Where's the cue ball? Okay, Alghamdi, it's now or never. You've got to make something happen, kid. You've got to win this rack and try and put even a 2-pack together. Would make things a little interesting.
By the way, the winner of this match will go forward into losers round 3 to take on a tough opponent from Germany, Yuri Pisklov, who gave Fedor Gorscht a run out earlier in the week. Don't know whether you heard that. There's a baby in the audience. Baby's crying at a Q Sports event. Sometimes doesn't exactly work, does it?
You're okay at pool though, Phil. This is a lot more relaxed than the world of snooker. We have music blaring through the speakers, people walking through all the channels and the alleys in between the tables. It's just amazing how close you can get to the table, isn't it? Have you had a walk round there, Phil?
I have. I think when you've got a multi-table situation in any cue sports, it's great entertainment for the crowd. Now, Khalid Alghamdi is just going to let the cue arm go, have some form of belief, and also he does have one thing in his favour. The winner breaks format does give the opportunity for comebacks. We've seen a few extraordinary ones this week.
Well, I know there's always been big debates, winner breaks, alternate breaks. I think the bottom line is probably doesn't really matter in the grand schemes of the tour and the sport, but what it will do is it'll give Alghamdi a little bit of hope because he's played very poor. So if this was alternate break, you don't really see him winning the match, but he has won another rack. So I believe that's now 6-2.
It is indeed, Carl, and you might have noticed there Mika Immonen walking behind Khalid Alghamdi as he went back to his chair, and that's because Immonen has beaten Hassan Shahid. So the Finn, with all of those wonderful titles on his CV, is through. Khalid Alghamdi, the one thing he has to do is get that break going. Earlier in the match, broke off twice, both dry. Now this is Cho Chia Chin on table 2 against Rafael Val. And it looks as though Chen is going to take a 5-3 lead. We'll let you know how that one pans out. Now, can the comeback of Alghamdi gather momentum? Well, once again, the one ball not finding that centre pocket, but on this occasion, another ball went in.
Yeah, he actually made the wing ball, which is something you don't really see with this new break format. It is achievable, but players prefer to hit the pack and make the one ball in the side. That seems to be the more favourable break, just because to make the wing ball like Alghamdi did, boy, you've got to hit it thin with loads of spin and quite soft.
Seo of South Korea has completed an 8-0 whitewash of Jaspal Singh Bamodra.
Well, I would be surprised if Low Ho Sung passes this back to Khalid. I think he'll play this ball. He's looking to see if he can see an edge, but he don't even need to do that. It's quite an easy kick shot, kick and stick off the top rail. Guaranteed distance. Well, he's give it back. Okay. Didn't fancy the shot.
I think that's what you call asking for trouble.
I'm just amazed Low Ho Sung didn't play that shot. It's up there with one of the easiest kick shots you'll ever be faced with. Still got to perform the shot well, like Khalid did. I'm not saying, you know, it was guaranteed, but why wouldn't you play that shot?
Yeah, asking for trouble, and as it turned out, asking for big trouble. This is not an easy escape, and look where the balls are. If it is ball in hand, you would fancy Alghamdi to make it 6-3. That's what he had to do, make contact. Okay, he's left the one, but at least Alghamdi can't choose where the cue ball begins. Well, by my reckoning, that's 4 balls he's missed. He should have potted.
Yeah, and obviously if Lohoson wins this rack 7-2 in a race to 8, the way this match has panned out, you feel like this match would be over. Khalid had to keep Low off the hill, so this is a chance for the man from Hong Kong. May elect to play a little soft cannon into the 8 ball. Usually the players try and stay away from running into the balls because things can get a little sketchy. Could also draw off the side rail, but he's got to then come back past the 8. I think he's got to bump into the 8 ball here. Oh no, he played that. He played the second option. He played it well. He's played some nice little shots in this match.
No results of great note this year. Made the last 64 of the World Championship and the UK Open. Lost in losers qualification at the Spanish Open recently. But those wins at the World Masters last year, he beat Dennis Grabber, Shane Van Boning, Abdullah Al Yusuf and Mieszko Fortunski. Had chances in the final before succumbing 9-6 to Joshua Filler.
Yeah, it's going to be the 7 to the 8. That shot will be helped from this shot now. Where does he leave the cue ball? This is perfect. He'll swing the cue ball round off 3 rails, so he'll play this with low left spin. Get the cue ball over towards the line of the break box. And that diamond, the first diamond, on the top left of your screen on the table, just there. Well, where's this come from? Where's this come from? This has come from nowhere, Phil. That surprised me a lot.
That could be a real turning point. On the verge of being on the hill, and suddenly the 7 misses the target.
It's Nineball to keep the hopes alive for a player that's not played well. In fact, I've not really commentated on anyone yet in this event that's played unreal.
Khalid Alghamdi gets one back, 6-3. The main thing for him, keep Lohoson away from the hill. If he can do that, he's still got genuine hope. On the hill, in a losers round 3 match, Mats Shetner from Norway, 7-2 up on Marcus Martin. As for table 2, well, Shea Chen is now 5-3 ahead. When we left rack 8, he just had the 8 and 9 to pot, which he did with no alarms. And having just got the cue ball past the 6 there, Chen might be adding to his advantage. Fitim Aridanaj has beaten Florian Vogler 8-1. Daniel Guttenberger 6-1 up on Nick Vandenberg. On the hill, there, Francesco Garcia 7-1 up on Andre Schickling. Simon Zappen making a small comeback against Ivo Arts. It's now 7-2 in favour of the Dutchman. All of this, of course, is loser's side pool, so all a race to 8. And Basar Spahiu from Albania, now 4-3 over Anthony Raga. Raga from the Philippines, just a youngster, played on table 2 yesterday, and he ran through his opponent in no time.
It's been an unusual tournament so far, this. I don't know if it's something to do with me, but every time I look at the screen and one of the players is playing a shot, we're just seeing some weird shots.
Well, Chang Yulongu, of course, has been in a US Open semi-final, and he's won the China Open twice. He played some very poor stuff early on against Do Tae Kien yesterday on this table. Kien got the verdict, but today on table 17, he's toiling against Pius Labutis, trailing 7-2. Closer match, Mickey Kraus 4-3 up on Mark Vidal Claremont of the USA. And there's a gift. Rafael Val has just got 4 balls to pot to get his 4th rack on the board, and when he does so, you can guarantee he will have a warm round of applause. Given the large support he attracts, I think it's a really good decision, actually, to put his match on table 2 and allow all of his supporters to get in the grandstand there.
Yeah, there's a match going to be coming up, I think, on table 2. Ralph Suke will be playing Thorsten Holman. Unless the scheduling's changed, I believe he was due to play on table 2. So I'm sure there'll be a few watching that one. 2 German legends, 2 world champions.
And I told you that rack win would be warmly received. He's only 1 behind now at 5-4. The question here, will the Alghamdi recovery gain strength? Well, at least he's knocked in a ball off the break, the conventional ball, and he's on the 2, 3 in the open, looking a lot brighter, his prospects.
Well, look at this. Look at the table layout for Alghamdi. Let's not forget the previous rack, low ho so had an easy finish to go 7-2 up. Didn't capitalise. Alghamdi stole the rack. It's now 6-3 and he's got a chance to make it 6-4. It's not where he wanted the cue ball, but I don't think it'll be too bad. As long as he can cut this on the purple, cue ball into the 7, that will hold position to stay on the red 3.
Just unforgivable, really. Any contact would have done.
That tells us all we need to know about the performance so far. It wasn't close, was it at all?
Well, he looks glum, doesn't he? And with every justification.
Watch out, green 6 ball. Watch out, green 6 ball. Low Wholesome doesn't want to win this match.
We've seen so much of this over the 3 days. It's been a recurring theme. Players getting onto the verge of victory and then freezing, making mistakes when they've got the match by the throat.
Kind of come from nowhere though, hasn't it? Because he's played very well in the match. Just the last 5 or 6 minutes, his game's dropped a notch or two. He needs to hit this ball, which he does. Is it his day? Has he got away with it? Well, he hasn't. So it's another chance for Khalid. And if he wins this rack, the match has turned on its head. He could then go on to win the match. Because Low Wholesome has kept the hopes alive. Oh, this is... I think he just needs to unscrew his cue, get himself out there, and go and work on the cue action. I don't know why he's missing balls by so much.
Well, I've seen him play in front of our cameras and also when I've been walking around the arena on several occasions now, and this is the worst pool I've seen him produce.
Look at this shot he's attempting. 9 off the brown 7 into the corner. Has he fluked the 8? He hasn't.
It's all becoming very ragged.
He just walked round the table. He's looking at playing the 4-9 combo, which means he's going to send the cue ball into the rail, because that's the only way he could make the combo, I think. Oh, here he is again. He's definitely weighing this shot up, Phil.
Good luck.
Yeah, I can only think the fact that it's because of where the 6 ball is.
Good luck. What about brilliant execution? Superb from Khalid Alghamdi. It wasn't so much about the fact he knocked that in, it was the imagination to take on the shot. As Carl said, he kept looking at it, and in the end, he decided to pull the trigger. It is 6-4. Loho Sum must be getting more than a little concerned.
Yeah, I think he will be. Good shot that. He had to play thin instead of going rail first. So I don't blame him for attacking that ball. What a match we've got now, because Loho Sum's game's dropped. Alghamdi somehow from 6-2 finds himself just 6-4 behind.
Some scores for you. Pier Francesco Garzia of Italy has beaten Andre Schickling of Germany 8-1 in losers round 2. 1 round advanced from that. Nguyen Cong Tan of Vietnam has overcome Eric Kohler 8-2.
Big crowd around the table of Anton Raga. Talented young Filipino. Good to see him here at one of these big majors. Maybe he was inspired by the World Cup of pool pair, Ararat and Jewett.
One of the result, Mats Shetner from Norway has beaten Marcus Martin 8-2. Well, it was the 2 ball in the side there, not the 1 for Alghamdi. And the 1 hasn't done him any favours. Biggest comeback we've seen on this table. Jan Chur 8-4 down to Roman Hebler 1-9-8. Hebler missed chances to get over the line, including a simple missed 7 ball. I was just about to say, will Loho Sum also find it difficult to convert a big lead into victory? But that greatly helps though, kicking in the 1. You might have guessed from the burst of applause, it can only mean one thing. Fan favourite Rafael Val has drawn level with Che Chia Chin at 5 each. That's on table 2. All of the action over there available on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel.
Loho Sum knows the importance of this 11th rack. He was 6-2 up. He's lost the last couple. This match should be over. His cue should be in the bag. He should be having a cup of tea and a little bit of dinner, getting ready for his next match. Instead, he's put himself under the gun a little bit.
A little bit of dinner, Carl, a little bit of lunch. The northerner coming out in you there.
Yes, we call it tea, Phil. Around 5 p.m. it will be. Nick Vandenberg's not having the best of days. He trails 7-2. He's playing Daniel Guttenberger. Good to see him here, though, competing.
Yes, and his son, Sky Vandenberg, will be competing in the Fillers Junior Tournament, which is coming up at the end of the week. It was looking really shaky for Lo Ho Sum. He was hooked on the one, and then fortunes were transformed.
Joshua Phillip, he's just about to get his match underway. He's playing Karol Skoroski. That's winners qualification round matchup.
Yeah, those contests begin in 10 minutes' time. In 10 minutes' time here, Lo Ho Sum might well have recorded a victory. He's certainly on the hill now at 7-4. Right now, for the next 10 minutes at least, it's the loser side that will grab our attention. Ivo Arts has beaten Simon Zappi 8-3. Fabian Bowler 5-4 upon Holger Veer. Ivan Ko, he's 5-4 down to Petra Urban. Luong Doc Tien beat Vincent Gomez 8-2. So still plenty of Vietnamese players involved. Giuliano Smith on the hill against David Zalman at 7-3. Babkin Melkonyan, who is involved in many a slow match. He's involved in another. He's 5-2 up on Hua Win.
Well, there's a gap here. One good shot required. Get yourself on the red 3 ball. Oh, should be making that ball, to be honest.
Did that a couple of times against Bingham. Slightly decelerated, and that means you're going to overcut. It's been a match of excellence at times, but also some very bad misses from both players.
Yeah, I think the fact that the latter stage of this match is when Lo Ho Sum started to miss some balls, and that's what's kept Khalid in the game. Because this should be well and truly done, this game. Good shot though, gives himself a look.
All stand call. Jeremy Jones has just arrived.
Had himself a nice little lie-in. Of course, JJ will be up next with Michael McMullen to bring you the action. Which is the next match, Phil? I forgot. Who's up next?
Johan Schur against Jason Shaw.
Oh, that is going to be an absolute classico. What a game that is going to be. Two of the best shooters in the sport of 9-ball. We've been keeping you updated on table 2. Rafael Val is playing Weichaya Chen. It's 5-5. Rafael Val's at the table. He's got 3 balls left. If he manages to knock them balls in, it will get a little loud over there. We've been hearing some cheers. A real healthy crowd around the centre of the arena. That's actually where Nick Vandenberg's playing. And on the other table in that little section, Anton Raga from the Philippines is playing Besar Spayu.
And here, the match continues. How on earth is Khalid Alghamdi still in this? But the fact remains, he is, and only 7-5 down. That is table 26, the unmistakable figure, in my opinion, the best potter in the game, Joshua Filler.
Yeah, one thing's for certain with Mr. Filler is you don't see him miss many. We all miss balls, even Josh, but he's a very, very limited. What a player, what a superstar of the sport he is. We told you about the other young German who we used to compete with. He did win that rack. Rafael Varley, 6-5 over on table 2.
Okay, then now we need a big break here from Alghamdi.
And that's a lot better, Phil. He's not been rewarded with a shot, but at least he's made the one ball.
Bear in mind, at his lowest ebb, Alghamdi trailed 6-1. He's won 4 of the last 5 racks. What a tough battle has just begun on table 25. Kledio Kachi against Ko Ping Chung. Ko leading 1-0. I was talking to Kledio yesterday, asking about his brother and wanting to pass on my best wishes to Eklund. And Kledio was telling me about the extent of his injuries in that off-road accident that Eklund was involved in. That's why he's not here, and from all accounts, he's not going to be at tournaments going forward for the rest of the year. Kledio was saying the recovery process might be quite lengthy.
Well, that is such a shame because he was the man in form, wasn't he? Eklund catch it. I suppose when all things are said and done, his health and the fact that he's going to be okay is the main thing.
Yeah, young Kledio was telling me that Eklund had broken 2 bones at the bottom of his left arm, which obviously is his bridge arm. So the process of recovery will be a lengthy one. We wish him all the very best because when he's at the tournament, Eklund Kachi always enhances it.
Oh, I thought it was his other arm that he'd done, so it's his left arm, his bridge arm. I don't know why, but I always feel like if you're going to break one of your arms, if you're right-handed, I always think I'd rather break the left one. It does make you think, though, you know, professional pool player. It's what you do for a living. Sometimes you've got to rein it in a little bit and question your decisions with what you're doing. I won't advise off-road car driving for one of the best pool players in the world.
Now then, Loho Sum. Yes, there's distance between cue ball and 2, but if he knocks this in, everything's there.
Yeah, one good pot here. There's a bit of distance. He doesn't want to hit this ball too hard, where the cue ball starts bouncing back down near the 9. Well, that is very poor, Phil.
The late, great Willie Thorne, when he was in commentary, used to use this phrase all the time. That wasn't the worst shot I've ever seen, but it was in the top 3. And I think that might be in the top 2. That was nowhere near. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with the name Willie Thorne, he was a fine snooker player and also a terrific commentator who's sadly missed. One of Willie's great claims to fame was that he used to make so many maximums at his own club in Leicester, and many of those maximums were compiled against Gary Lineker, the well-known broadcaster and former footballer.
He needs the 2 to go in. I know he's hooked, but it's better than the 2 ball staying over the pocket and leaving your opponent straight in. I know he's kicking at this ball, but if you look at this again, he wasn't playing the bank. It's actually unbelievable. Oh, it lands the brown 7. Just that little flick.
Winners' qualification matches are beginning. In fact, on table 9, Francesco Candela and Max Lechner have already shared the first 2 racks. Made contact, avoided the scratch, but
yeah, Alghamdi's got to play a good safety here. If you can lay a good hook here and win this rack, 7-6 is as good as Hill, to be honest. He still has a chance of pinching this match. Never thought I'd be saying that.
That's perfectly okay.
Got to play this off the top rail, bit of left hand spin, make contact. Not easy to get safe. Contact was made, but he's left a shot for the young man. The safety shot's paid off. This is what has carved out this chance for Khalid.
You know, Carl, you know 1,000 times more than me. When you lose any match, you're always disappointed. Sometimes when you lose, you are devastated. And that would be the case for Loho Sam in this one. have heard the very muted applause over on table 2. That's because Che Chia Chin has just drawn level with Rafael Varl at 6-6. Nine-ball pool, what a truly incredible game. Khalid Alghamdi is still in there punching. Loho Sam's lead, which at 6-1 looked like being a winning lead, has been whittled down, and now it's only 7-6. Also close call on table 2.
Yeah, effectively now a race to 2 for these two men here. Looks to be dry. Is Rafael going to get a look at the 1? He is, but I don't think it's the potting angle. I don't think he can see enough of the ball to pot, but he can definitely lay a good hook.
Must give you a winner's qualification scoreline. We saw him practicing a little while ago. Well, Joshua Filler down on table 26 has raced into a 3-0 lead over Karol Skaversky. Newly elected Hall of Fame member Niels Fine. He will be inducted in early November in Virginia. He's 2-1 down to Dimitris Lukatos.
Okay, Rafael did get the good hook. We've just seen that before we go back to table 1 action. 7-6. The break has been a lot better. But again, no look at the 2 ball. Going to be a push out. Yeah, Phil, he's playing it on table 26. That is literally just below where we're sat, Phil. And watching Josh. He's in the balls again. He's looking good for 4-0. Killer Phillip is on a mission.
From the UK, Benji Buckley is through another round. He's beaten Chris Alexander, fellow countryman, 8-3. And Roman Hebler has doubled up on Kalin Varbanov of Bulgaria to win 8-4. So still alive, those two. That's table 26. Filler lighting up the room, although this one will be a test of his abilities and his cue power. Decided not to do anything extravagant. Why would you? This for him is pretty much a gimme.
Showing the shot a lot of respect as well. That's what you got to do. And there it is, 4-0 to Joshua Filler over Skaversky. Looking good. Oh, this is a tidy effort. Very nice safety shot there.
Another winner, Mickey Kraus, beating Mark Vidal Claremont 8-4. And Do Tae Kien, who we saw yesterday, beating Chang Yulong. Well, I'm afraid Kien is gone, beaten 8-4 by Piers Labutis.
Khalid's got the short stick. He may be playing the jump back into the right centre, but he will also be hoping for a bit of an insurance plan. If he misses it, hoping he gets the hook. Really is a fantastic tournament, these open events, 256 players. If you are a fan of Nineball pool and you have not been to one of these events, I suggest You do come to one because you can literally just spend all day walking around and perch upon one of the railings about 5 feet away from any table you want. Kicking 2 rails, needs to hit this full, needs a bit of help here. Needs a bit of help. Khalid can pot that ball.
The turnaround has been extraordinary. And if you're looking for the most obvious turning point, it came in rack 9 when Loho Sum was heading towards the hill and he missed quite a straightforward 7.
Green 6 ball, doesn't look like there's a carom available. So he's going to have to take a bit of a gamble if he's going to clear the table in this visit. He's going to have to try and knock the balls out from the purple 5. I'm not saying that's what he's going to do. He could even try and drop him behind it, because the green 6 goes in both bottom pockets if he gets the cue ball in behind it. That would not be the worst of plans, because if you don't land on it, you could then maybe play the hook in behind the 8. So let's see what Khalid can do. Nice matchup in the loser's side of the draw. Ko Ping Chong, he's playing Claudio Catcher. They're playing on the table next to Joshua Phillip. I'm sure my buddy Phil Yates will give us a score update in a second.
Yeah, 2-1 to Ko.
Okay, he's going to try and knock it out, or is he going to try and slide him behind this ball? That tells us he's going to try and knock the ball out. Dangerous, because if you miss it, the way you've got to play it, you don't leave an easy safety. He's missed a 5 ball. It's another ball missed for Khalid. That's 5 or 6 balls in this match. Easy balls as well.
Yeah, definitely half a dozen. And if he loses, every one of them will be laced with regret.
Well, I know you can't see it, but Joshua Phillip has just played a very naughty safety shot. Safety game of Phillip has really come on leaps and bounds.
I think there the cue ball just about made the journey in behind the 6. Loho Sum desperate to get over the line. Desperate because he knows how horrible he will feel if he doesn't. And now the pool gods are having their say. You don't miss easy balls when you're well ahead. They're learning low a lesson. Or teaching low a lesson, I should say.
This is not easy to get away with. Well, it is for Loho Sum. Kicked it straight in, didn't even touch the sides.
This has been an extraordinary match in so many respects. So much unexpected pool.
Judgment Day here at this year's European Open Championship.
Yes, and one of last year's semi-finalists is out. Jose Alberto Delgado beaten 8-7 by Talal Al-Blushi. Lowe watching that 6 intently, wants it to keep running and running.
Yeah, that's okay, that's actually a good shot. The main thing there was just don't sell out, don't leave an easy shot for your opponent. And he hasn't left an easy shot for his opponent. Bad news for Rafael Val fans, he's now trailing 7-6, so Charlie Chen is on the hill. What an effort that is. 7-6 down. You've missed a lot of balls. Get down and fire that one in. Here's another look. What a shot. Shot of the match for me, this, Phil.
Undoubtedly. Especially in the context, as you say, of having missed so many straightforward ones.
Here comes the cue ball. This is okay. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's this 9-ball for Hill. Hill in loser side action.
And I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think certainly breaking off and the way things have gone, I would now make Khalid Alghamdi favourite. He was out of this, out with the washing, and all of a sudden he's got the opportunity to pull off a victory that would break the heart of Low Ho Sun. This would be bad enough on the winner's side, but when elimination is staring you in the face, even worse. Only himself to blame, though. Giuliano Smith has beaten David Zalman in this round, loses round 2. And also a win for Petra Urban of the Czech Republic over Ivan Caello of Portugal, 8-4. All on rack 15.
Oh, he's hit a good break there. Has he got a look at the 2? He is, you know, he is. The green 6-ball in the previous rack to make it Hill is what has helped Alghamdi get this chance. He has a chance to win the match.
Every credit, yes, he's been given assistance by Low Ho Sun, but when you're missing ball after ball, it is very difficult to make yourself believe you can come back into a match. Can he go the extra step, the 18-year-old from Saudi Arabia?
The cue ball has just landed a touch short. Another couple of rolls, it'd have been okay. It's not a gimme rack, this. It never is at Hill, but it's not a road map. It's not just a connect the dot finish. He's got work to do. He's got to get on the 4. And then he's got to get from the 4 to the 5. Now, what's he faced with here? It's not bad. I'm not saying it's great. He's got to draw the cue ball right back in a straight line. And if you look where the purple 5 is, there's only a little bit of the rail. So pace is everything. Pace is everything. Oh, he's been unlucky there, let me tell you. He has been a little unlucky. I think he's landed pan straight, Phil.
Anywhere but there. Can he manufacture something?
I don't know. If we get back to the overhead view, It looked really straight to me. There's not much to work with. There's actually an exhibition shot you could play here, but he isn't going to do that. But you can jack up, sort of pop the cue ball into the 5. It jumps up in the air, and as it comes back down to the table, it catches the rail and flies down table. He isn't going to play that, mind. Maybe you should play it. That'd be a good highlight reel shot. He feels like he's got a bit of something to work with. I don't think he has, though. I don't know what the sensible option is either. I don't know if you just roll forward near the other corner pocket, back yourself to make the 6, but then it's not easy. Yep, that's what he's going to do.
Well, he knocked in a phenomenal 6 in the penultimate rack. What about in the decider?
Well, this is a testy one. It really is. Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, he's lost the cue ball a bit, but another fine pot. I don't actually know where this has come from. He's missed a ton of balls in this match. It's not over yet, though. It was a great pot. Sacrificed the cue ball to a degree. Well, fair play to the young man. If he knocks this ball in and wins this match, arguably the rack of the tournament so far from what I've seen. Testing shot on the 7. No, it was all a little bit too much. He's going to leave it. Wasn't an easy finish. A little bit unfortunate in the end. Maybe just one shot too many. Unlucky kid. That was a great effort. Really was.
But Loho, given what's occurred, will be taking absolutely nothing for granted.
Okay. It's okay. This is as good as match ball. You pop this, you're on the 9. Is it there? It is there. Loho's son has nicked a Classico here in Germany, Fulda. He wins the match. Hill